Good morning. It's a joy to be with you this morning on this July, July 3rd morning. It's going to be a hot one out there today. In fact, they say this could be the hottest day we've had this year. And there's a heat wave going throughout our country. Some places reaching into the triple digits, well into the triple digits. And so we pray for the safety of everyone out there on these warm days. But today is National Air Conditioning Appreciation Day. Couldn't have come on a better day. I mean, I often wonder, what did we ever do before air conditioning? A couple things that I've pondered in my life, having lived in Houston, Texas. I remember thinking on several occasions down there, whoever stopped here and said, this is a great place to build a city. Let's take this hot swamp and stay here forever. But I'm betting that those people are the ones who also came up with air conditioning. Although I have to be honest, I don't know who invented air conditioning. This morning, I'm not having a cup of coffee. I'm having an ice cold Diet Coke. Because we are in the midst of summer on one of the hottest days of the year coming up so far. And I'm sitting in my nice, cool, air-conditioned office. You know, when I went to school in Ann Arbor, Michigan, we heard the stories of the Manor House built in the 30s by the Earharts, and that there was a tunnel that goes from under this great manor house all the way to the Huron River. And in the winter, they would go out and cut ice off of the river and fill this tunnel with ice, huge blocks of ice. And then in the summer, when it got hot, they would draw air through this tunnel. So the air would come over the river, through the tunnel, and up into the house and cool the house. Air conditioning in the 30s. So it's been around for a while. And I'm grateful for it. I'm thankful for it. On this day, I think it's one of those things where we can stop and pause and give thanks for the joy of air conditioning. I even remember what a problem it is, or what an inconvenience it feels like when the AC goes out on your car in the middle of summer. I'm grateful for air conditioning. When we first got to Houston, Texas, one of the first council meetings I ever attended was a meeting where they were having discussion about lots of things that churches discuss at church council meetings. And one of the things that they were talking about was the possibility of putting in a shower up at the church. And I thought, well, we don't have a gym. I mean, we have a fellowship hall, and yeah, we play some games in there, but I mean, I don't think we ever get so hot and sweaty we need to shower off. But being brand new, I just sat back and listened, and the conversation came around to that the guys who were mowing the lawn thought that it would be a good idea to have a shower after they mow the lawn before they get in their trucks and go home. This Midwestern boy is going, I don't know, come inside the AC for a few minutes, you'll cool off, and then go home. Well, I was there during a particularly cool July week. Didn't last long. And all of a sudden, the temperatures came back to a normal Houston temperatures. And I went, yeah, we should put a shower in so that when I walk in from my air-conditioned car to the air-conditioned building, I can take a shower from the walk. So, yes, I do love air conditioning. You know, air conditioning is not mentioned in the Bible directly. Although, do you remember in the garden when everything was really good and God would walk with Adam in the garden? Do you remember when he walked with him? In the cool of the day. I bet the garden had its own AC. It just kept a perfect temperature. I mean, it had to be. It was perfect. It was probably a little cool in the morning, a little mist, and it warmed up a little bit during the day. And now we have these volcanic days. But creation is suffering, and we know that. And we know that it too is waiting to be redeemed, and that day will come. But it's not the only place that cool is mentioned in the Bible. Although there should be a verse that says Jesus was really cool, but that didn't make it into the Greek or anyways. But there is a verse from Proverbs that I think explains a lot about the heat in the summer. It says, "Whoever restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding." You know the expression, "you lost your cool"? You're not being very understanding, right? Don't we get grumpy when we're hot and sweaty? And see, another reason to give thanks for air conditioning, even a good fan, a stiff breeze. Yes, these are the days of rejoicing that we have means to get cool. In Texas, people used to ask me, when we were contemplating coming back up to Minnesota, they said, why would you ever want to go back to that cold weather and leave all this? The heat and humidity down here keeps your skin so fresh. Yes, it's fresh and it melts right off your face. But see, up here in the cool, I know how to get warm. I can layer my clothes. I can build a fire. I can get a space heater. I can get warm. But sometimes there's only so much you can do to cool off. That's proper. So, 3 cheers for National Air Conditioning Appreciation Day. So go out, give your air conditioner a hug, and thank it for doing its work. I pray that you are staying cool and safe on these days. And make sure you drink, hydrate. That's important. And for those who are suffering across the country, we pray for you, seriously, that this heat would end. It's not only unpleasant, it can be deadly. So we do pray for all those who are suffering today the effects of abnormally high temperatures. Be at peace, stay cool, and hey, we'll see you next time we turn this thing on. Could be soon. I don't know. One never knows. Well, that's it for today, folks. Be blessed. Stay cool.